Well, well, well. Good morning, everybody. Hello. My voice is still a bit crunchy, but I'm happy to be here. I hope y'all are having a great start to your Saturdays. Your Saturdays. Why am I getting hit by the Ebenezer Scrooge so early? Not the humbug. How's it going, Diz? Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. How are we today? I'm just easing on into this. I'm just easing on into this day. I got work later, so this is gonna be a nice little mid-sized morning stream. Love to see it. We love to see it. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Bienvenidos. Bienvenue. Welcome. Willkommen. Wait, free aluminum oil? Aluminum oil, no! I'm EP. I'm EP Mans. I don't have to be, I don't have to say words correctly this morning, because I simply don't have to. But, free aluminum foil, pretty sick. Also, cheap Beyond Meat, even better. Did you, I feel like you're really good at finding, like discounts for that. Yep, that yummy, ooh, yummy, yummy aluminum oil. We love it. It's so delicious. I can't get enough of it. But hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Hallerize. Snatching that first today. What's good? Heck yeah. And Diz is living, of course, rolling and grabbing that second place, as is tradition. I love to see it. Yeah, Diz, that's an excellent start to the day, I would say. An impeccable, immaculate, incomparable start to the day. Absolutely. 100%. But yeah, hello everybody. Hello, hello. We're Omega chillin' today. We're Omega chillin'. Hallerize, if you're still here, I hope you got those demons exorcised. I hope you were able to get that taken care of. HEB! I remember you mentioning that before. Is that where you get all the good deals? The hot discounts? We love that. We love that. It's pretty freaking amazing. Pretty sick, I'd say. I think I liked the way my hair was behaving for approximately 3 seconds today. Approximately 3 seconds before it started acting a fool, acting a buffoon. Wait, just like one free item, not like sampler styles, but just like, hey, you can have like this 2-book croissant for free. Wait, you still need an exorcist. Hold on, Hallerize, I got you. In the name of me, I banish the demon inside. Banish. There we go. Does that work? I banish. I banish the demon. Is that good enough? Here's the thing. I am an ordained minister by the what is it? The Church of the Latter-day Dude. It's the dudism. It's a church. It's the joke church that's based off of the dude from The Big Lebowski. No! Yeah, I put banish on purpose. I banish it. One free item a week. I am so intrigued. That's awesome. Like, that is a rewards program I can get behind. All of the 87 million other rewards programs are like, okay, well, if you get 4 million Scroodle points, you can get 15% off on a Gumball license. It's like, brother, just like give me something tangible. All right, if you're gonna have a rewards program, at least have it be something that I want to try to achieve. But not being there will be worth it. Yeah. It's just free? Oh, so you can just waltz on in, and be like, all right, my free item of the day is a 42 pack of Arizona green tea, and then you could just grab that, yeet. It's probably a more reasonable item than that, but that's pretty sick. Wait, that's cool as heck. That is cool as heck. Yo, I love free. I know this is controversial. This is controversial, and not everyone is going to share this particular opinion, but I love free. I love deals. And I love feeling like I'm being rewarded for doing something that capitalism is forcing me to do. Even the most self-sustained farmer still has to go out and buy things. Wait, that's awesome. Heck yeah. Well, here's manifesting that you'll be able to find something that is equivalent to that. Also, I just love the idea that they're super busy on Sundays, not because they're making any money, but just because everyone's just like moseying on in and grabbing their free thing. I wager you probably still have to go through checkout because they've got like do inventory and all of that. Ooh, okay. Yo, that's sick. Okay, hence where the free aluminum oil comes in. Gotcha. Aluminum oil. Did you know if you put aluminum oil on your head, the aliens and the government can't read your thoughts? It's true. I read it somewhere. In a pamphlet. Yo! Aldi kicks ass. I will die for Aldi. Their vegan options are not too bad. Like, some are obviously, you know, like if you're looking for straight up like meat replacement things like black bean burgers, like quinoa burgers and all of that, they're like pretty good. Their chicken patties are not bad. Or their vegan chicken patties are not bad. Yeah, Aldi's great. They've got good offerings, and their produce it can be hit or miss, but generally Aldi produce is pretty good. Pretty good. Usually it's kind of an L in the fruit department. Sometimes, depending on what you're trying to get, but that is simply my experience in my region. I know, depending on where you are and what's in season, Aldi's can still pop off. Yeah, having an Aldi in college was just so great. Just so happy. Made me so thrilled. It changed my life. Winco? Okay, I'm not familiar with Winco. Is that another regional, a regional chain? A regional chain of grocery stores? You know what, Diz? It sounds like you have the opportunity to corner a market. To corner a market where you're moving, because if they don't have the same super sick deals that HEB does, I say you should maliciously take over one of the branches of any given chain grocery store there. Do a malicious corporate takeover, and then institute a tit for tat, right for road, a T's crossed, I's dotted copy of the HEB free item program, and then you can corner that market of customers and be like, hey, we've got this thing. Winco is in 12 states. Yo, that's a lot of states. That's a little over 11 states. Okay, all right. Well, that's less impressive. That's less impressive. I was about to... My rural Minnesotan ass was about to go, well, howdy! And Idaho only has one! Dang. Rip Idaho, I guess. Idaho, more like, I don't know. That was weak. I'm sorry, that was weak. I gotta try better. I gotta do better and try harder. That was weak. That was weak. That was bad. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna try again because I don't think I'm gonna be able to conjure anything better than that. That was not my best. Not my best work. Not my best work by any means. I have never, okay, I have visited a decent amount of the United States, excepting the Northwest. Like a chunk of the Northwest. I've never been to Idaho. All I know about Idaho is that they're shaped like they have a handle and potatoes. No disrespect to any Idahoans. Any hoes in chat? but yeah, that is my limited knowledge at Idaho. Yo, let's go! Yo, Costco? That's a get. That's a get. Oh, that's sick. Oh, that's a big W. That's a big W in my mind. Hell yeah, WC Stir. Oklahoma is pan pride. Let's go. Pan representation in the United States. Yeah, who's all pan representation in the United States? It's Oklahoma and I guess Florida. Right, because there's the area in Florida called the Panhandle. Wait, that's actually sick. Yo, that's smart. That's smart. That's so smart. Good on them. Good on them for being enterprising and getting that. That's smart. Yeah, if you're ever able to like share or split a Costco membership with someone and one has a Costco in their area, I highly recommend it. It's great. Texas does have a panhandle. Okay, Texas also pan pride. Mm-hmm. Man, the fact that Texas is pan, you'd think Texas would be better at being ally. But simply being a member of a community does not always mean that you're the best advocate for the community. Unfortunately. I keep grabbing the same thing, expecting it to be the right one, and each consecutive time I get more incorrect. Which, at this point, is just impressive, frankly. At that point, it's just impressive, frankly, that I keep grabbing the wrong thing. Trying to think, any other states that could qualify for Panhandle? Maybe one of the Virginias, but I don't... No, Tennessee doesn't have a... Tennessee has a nubbin, but not a Panhandle. Tennessee is with Minnesota and Nebraska for having a random little nubbin that's usually due to a landmass that they couldn't account for on either side of the border, so they just gave one state's sovereignty, that's not the right word, control over that specific section. That specific section of land. And that's just how it is. That's just how it goes. The heck yeah. That's great. Currently where I'm at, it's a little bit of a food desert, but I'm really lucky to be living like in relatively easy driving distance to some grocery stores and whatnot, like good grocery stores. Like there is a Dollar General that's relatively close-ish, but it doesn't have produce, and the best like food products that they offer is canned beans. Like that's the healthiest thing they got. Oh, yeah. Generally, it's, you know what? That's a great question. That is also something that I don't think I'm qualified to answer. What up, Valorize? Hello. Because I think the misinterpretation is sometimes that bi is trans exclusionary, which isn't the intention. I think bi is simply like you have attraction to your people who share your gender expression and then like one other gender expression, whereas pan is like, I don't care, get at this, is essentially what I've had it explained to me as. But you know what? You know what? Hey Google, what's happening? Hey Google, hey. Let me educate myself so that I can be a better ally. Hold up. Yep, yeah, okay, that's right. So bi people would say they experience attraction to multiple genders. Not necessarily two, right? It just happens to be the what falls under the bisexual umbrella. And pansexual people would say that they experience attraction regardless of gender. So yeah, that's the way that I've had it explained. And of course, any actual pan people in chat who want to correct or amend that, please do. I welcome dissent in that area, and I do want to make sure that I am not speaking for people, but advocating for people. Yeah, pan is attraction regardless, right? Like, it's not importante. They do it for the vibes. Also, I don't know why I said vibes like that. It just kind of happened. It just happens to be how it happened. Alright, uno momento. Okay, cool. I just had to refresh something real quick, so thank y'all for your patience. Alarize, why are you so traumatized today? What's with the sad emojis? Getting shots in my eye. Well, thank you for joining me for this Sunday stream, everybody. We're still continuing getting in the pattern of doing morning streams. And I'm having fun. I'm having fun figuring out what they are and what flavor they are. They're definitely more in a chatting vein, sometimes with chill games thrown in there. Like, we'll probably do a bit of Dave, continue our Dave journey today. As I'm finally, you know, unlocking other areas. I haven't even finished chapter 3 yet, right? Like, I have to finish getting to see people's trust. We have a lot that we gotta do. But yeah, that's our journey that we're on. We'll do our daily challenges in a little bit. And yeah, it's just chill Sunday chillin'. Ads! Oh, welcome back, Alarize. Hello. Yeah, I think it's definitely one of those things where, like, that definition is for you to choose what's best for yourself, right? Like, it would not behoove me to pretend to be any sort of, like, nominal expert, you know, doling out titles to people as I personally see fit. Yo, what's up, Auburn? Good morning. Oh no, boo. I'm sorry that the vibes are off. Hopefully you're safe where you're at right now. Hopefully you're able to get somewhere else relatively soon. Cause I get it. That can suck when it's like, oh heck yeah, I'm really excited to live in this area. Neighborhood seems chill as heck. And then after like X number of time living there, you're like, oh, I thought this was gonna be somewhere I was gonna live for a while, but this, for whatever reason, this is not it. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. Oh no, that sucks. I'm sorry. That really sucks. I'm sorry, Auburn. Well, hopefully the pups are okay. I know stuff that like that can really instigate anxiety and whatnot in dogs, or anyone really, not just dogs, just anybody. hopefully you're able to get somewhere safer soon. Use our rowdy. Yeah, there are some people who try to be, and I don't know why. I think it's a reactionary thing because of how much weird online ace discourse there has been. But I would say, like, if one happens to fall under the ace umbrella, I think if they feel like the term suits them, they should absolutely embrace it, right? Like demisexuals and whatnot, absolutely. Welcome. We're happy to have you here. And even if you are someone who like feels like you experience ace feelings or, you know, experiences, and that title doesn't suit you, that's okay too. That's okay too. Like, it's one of those things where it's important to be like accurate and sincere about like how one examines oneself and how they move through the world. Yeah, but also labels are there to just help further give people language to help understand themselves and who they are in relation to the world around them. So, heck yeah. Oh, heck yeah, let's freaking go! Positive ace experiences, let's go, let's freaking do it. Yeah, Auburn, I'm really sorry to hear that you're dealing with that right now. I'm sorry I don't really have anything to offer more than pitiful words of support, but I hope that you have a support system to help get you out of there sooner than later. Stream elements, read the room. My AI bot, read the room. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that can suck so much. Like, especially when it's like, whether it's safety or just like, just like personal physical safety or safety of like your pets or whatever going on. That's a huge thing. And sometimes people allow themselves to get stuck in that mindset of like, okay, well, if I just ignore it, it'll go away, or if I just like sit and deal with it, it'll be fine. So good on you for taking that step, that very, very brave step to go, you know what, this is not serving me, I need to get the fuck out. Pan and buy? Yeah, it's definitely the... how do I better phrase it? Because it's one of those things where that experience is not native to me, so I feel hesitant to speak on it too much, but it's the whole, like, it's the difference between, like, I am looking for this specific thing, and I don't care about specifics. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And if I'm not, oh well, I should probably learn a better way to do it. Okay, good. Yeah, as always, y'all, especially with my AC/DC brain, I can talk in circles and ramble a lot. Surprise, surprise. For all of you who are here, I know you've never witnessed that before. But yeah, if you ever need me to like clarify or say something more succinctly, please do let me know, and I'll be happy to do my best. Never happened before. That is so interesting that you bring that up, because I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine yesterday about how it was like this pretty in-depth conversation about how, like, yeah, due to like childhood trauma, I did not enjoy physical touch when I was younger, but now that I'm in a better space, where, you know, now I like want to hug people and give them high fives and stuff, and just talking about how the fact that we as human beings are like social animals. We were literally evolved to commune with other creatures, right? And it's not always in a sexual manner, right? Like we have our you know, our nerve endings, our receptors. Hugs feel nice and give our brains dopamine juice. And I know for a lot of my neurodiverse buddies out there, that's not, you know, that's not always the same thing, but we like evolved with language and whatnot. So it's really interesting how like the different ways that we seek like connecting with each other, and it doesn't always have to be physical, right? And I think that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat and special that the conversation has evolved past you have to grow up, get married, and procreate, and that's happiness. I don't know why I did that accent. It's not, it's that point of view is not endemic to that particular region of dialects, but I digress. Yep, exactly. It's definitely one of those things where it's great. It's great that the conversation is evolving so that people can have more nuanced conversations than, well, if you do XYZ, that is happiness. Or if you do XYZ, that is, you know, what you have to do to achieve the formula of perfect happiness and all of that. Yeah. But yeah, even as social human beings, even if like, you know, even if like hugging or like, you know, high fives, or smooching, all of that good stuff isn't what gives your brain the good dopamine happy juice, there are other ways to, you know, connect and have and foment relationships with people, right? Platonic, romantic, or otherwise. Yeah, it's whatever it is with my brain and the messed up ways that it tries to interpret fight or flight. Like, it's, you know that thing where someone like sneaks up behind you and taps you on the shoulder and you gotta go, yeah, Auburn, you have 100% hit on it. I 100% agree on it. It is all about like establishing boundaries and feeling more comfortable and more empowered with just like communicating that stuff, right? Because it's, you know, the pendulum's kind of swinging back and forth a little bit on this, in regards to like, oh, is it cringe to be open about your emotions? It's not cringe at all, as long as you're being sincere and you're not, you know, trauma dumping on someone, right? But yeah, setting boundaries and respecting other people's boundaries, goated behavior. It's goated to respect boundaries and other people. Diz, I appreciate that you put to a man, and I'm really glad that you specified that, because I think there's a lot of Zoomers who just don't know how ridiculously recently that gay marriage was legalized in the States. Yep, they are outdated expectations, yeah. And with that said, if that's something that someone wants to do, heck yeah. As long as you're doing it of your own volition and needs and not because you're being pressured by family members, right? I think like that's the big thing. That's my lukewarm, not even lukewarm, like that's my like moderately chilly take, right? Like hell yeah, if like nuclear family white picket fence is your goal, fuck yeah, go do that. Be the best freaking parent, live your best bluey life. Do it. Get in that Simpsons life, do it. But if you're doing it because of someone else's dreams or expectations, you're not setting yourself up or your kids up for any sort of success. Yeah, not a woman. Like that quote from Willow, not a woman. Yup, Which there are things that we have to do in life sometimes that is more out of necessity than out of want, right? Whether it's for survival reasons or taking care of ourselves or our loved ones. But getting married no longer falls under that category, right? I highly doubt, or at least as far as I know in the US, there is no need for someone to marry anybody to save a family from destitution. There are other options available. You don't gotta doink the landlord to pay the rent. You don't have to marry outside of your means in order to gain respect back to your family's title. Like, that is not something, that is a privilege that we've got. I know that there are, some other countries due to tradition or whatever, that might still be, that might still be the vibe where it's like, arranged marriages and whatnot to secure, a family's financial future. I, understand that's still a thing. But it's great that, for the most part, that is something that doesn't happen as much anymore because people have what? Autonomy, yeah. Yeah, exactly. There are very few advantages. Yeah, you get tax break. Even it being a cultural expectation isn't, it's slowly weaning off, depending on what circles you happen to be around, it can be sort of a thing oh, getting married? Oh, you're single? Ew. Oh, you're never gonna get married? Are you okay? There's still some, sprinklings, little, sauce sprinklings of that behavior, but with the up-and-coming generations, as the younger millennials get older, it's becoming less of a thing. Yeah, a baby tax break. A baby tax break. And I know for aces, it tends to be a thing that's brought up a lot. For baby aces just getting into it, and depending on what influencers I guess they're following, one of them loves bringing up the marriage tax break, where it's there are other things that are more important to advocate for, but I'm really glad you're passionate about this thing. Getting marriage tax breaks was the crux of about 70% of the farces that were written, produced, and toured from Broadway in the mid 80s, early 90s. Which is kind of funny. It's oh no, I lied on my taxes. Quick, pretend to be married to me. There were so many of those. Oh, gotcha, common law. I see that. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, okay, yeah, that is where marriage can be beneficial, I guess. More beneficial. Because, yeah, being able to share benefits, which, healthcare is a huge thing, being able to, see your loved one in the hospital, happily, it's becoming a lot less friggin' buck wild, but a lot of the times, unless you are, legally married or connected to a person as, next of kin or whatever, you, can't. They won't let you in to see them in the hospital. And I know that was a huge thing. That was a huge part of the conversation in regards to the marriage legalization conversation. I'm not even gonna call it a debate because that would infer that the other side had anything meaningful to share. I shouldn't even see other side. It's not even a side. It's not even outside. Not even that. Yeah, a lot of it's in regards to yeah, most of the benefits that I can think of are purely like focused on healthcare. There are probably other areas that I'm not thinking of, like, I don't know, couples bingos nights. I'm just illuminating how little I know and how little I care. Hell yeah, bingo night, yeah, let's go. Oh my gosh, wait, bingo night, married couples bingo night on the married couples cruise. We gotta do this right now. Just like losing it. We gotta lock it in. We gotta lock it in right now. They got an unlimited baked potato bar on there. Let's go. That's how that works, right? That's what that is all about, right? Yeah. It's a baked potato bar. Here's the thing. There's a lot of things I would probably do. I would do the marriage thing, right? I would sell a firstborn. I'm not borning anybody. I can't born anybody, so I'll absolutely sell my firstborn. Now, contractually, would that put me in a pickle because I'm entering that contract in bad faith? Yes, but I'll do that. I might even commit a murder. I might even do that. You have to wait over 5 hours to get in. Depending on the emergency, that's worth it. Yeah, I had a health thing come up a couple years ago. Like mid-pandemic and whatnot, or right as things were like cooling down a bit, and I ended up having to like, what? I remember how long it was because I asked for the time. I ended up waiting like 17 hours while they were like scuttling me in and out of the ER area, where they were like, okay, we're just gonna make sure you're stable, and then we're gonna take care of the other people who are more more important. So I really lucked out that they were at least like shuttling me in and out of the waiting room, but it was bad. Yo, I'm not even gonna talk about that right now. It was not a good time. Isn't that Halorize, isn't that the worst? Isn't that the worst? Do you have, like, there are some areas that have, like, urgent care clinics, which can be really helpful if it's not, like a huge physical malady that you need to have looked at, but even then, it can be a tricky wicket. Yeah, even if they're able to get you into, like, not triage, but like initial checkup and stabilization, even like to get an actual like full acknowledgement of what's going on. Yeah, waiting times are brutal. Our entire healthcare system is in shambles. Yup. That's awesome. Yeah, I remember reading stories about that where they ended up winning, which is great. Also issues with, like queer partners or, life partners and whatnot who, are trying to get custody for their kids. And there are stories, of multiple endings, right? Where they have either been able to get custody of the kids, W ending, perfect, good ending, not custody of the kids at all, and not allowed to see the kids anymore because the people who had custody of the kids were like, I'm not gonna let you see your gay mom, even though technically they're the ones that are your birth mother, but whatever, man. Free held? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, Julianne Moore! Okay, I think I remember seeing trailers for that movie. Now that you mention it, that's what it was about? Yo. Powerhouse actors. Ugh! If Julianne Moore's in a film, I will watch it. I will watch it. Actually, you know what? That's a lie. I almost watched Dear Evan Hansen. I almost watched the Dear Evan Hansen film because I saw Julianne Moore in the trailer. It was literally a moment of like, Dear Evan Hansen, okay, that's not really that, like, the one song is really good. I enjoy the one song that's in the musical. The only song in the musical, where he's, you know, he's waving through a window and all that. But I remember, like, seeing the trailer and being like, I'm not gonna fucking watch this. And then Julianne Moore pops up on screen. I'm like, God damn it! Now I have to watch this! I haven't still. I have not. And I don't think I need to. I could probably find, you know what? One of my fellow gays has probably put up a compilation on YouTube of every time Julianne Moore shows up on screen in the Dear Evan Hansen movie musical. That's wild. It really is interesting. Like, it's delightful and boggling and a little harrowing how much progress we have seen in regards to just, like, you know, LGBTQIA rights in this country, or just everywhere in general, and still how far we have to go. Like, just seeing the span of, like, people not even, like, refusing to acknowledge that gay people exist and making, like, gay jokes, la 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 la, and then, like, to, like, gay marriage being legalized, and that, you know, etc., etc. It was not that long ago. Not that long ago at all. That's what's bonkers to think about. It's so recent. Like, a lot of things in regards to, you know, in regards to just human rights and basic human decency are so, again, it's not great, but it's so recent. It's so recent. Just, you know, with, like, integration happened 80 years ago. That's still so recent. It sounds like a long-ass time. It sounds like a long-ass time ago, but it's still so recent. Oh, wait, not even 80. 60! Bro, I don't know how to do math. I can't do math. That has been such a, yeah, 8 years. 8 years since gay marriage was legalized. Thinking about how recent the civil rights movement in the United States was, and still, it's the unfortunate thing where, like, every couple of like, you know, we also got, like, the riots in LA in the 90s. Like, I am by no means a historical expert, so there are probably more specific dates that could be cited here, but, here's the thing, with my history minor, I was a dipshit and focused on European studies instead of anything actually interesting, so... so there's that. Yeah, around for centuries. That is so true. And just because people don't want to acknowledge queer history or anything like that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Not even role, right? Just the foundation that, just talk about America, period, right? Not even looking at other cultures that have had queerness and, you know, just everything for way, way longer. For millennia, literally. Literally. I mean, look at, you know, ancient Rome had Yeah, at everything. But even just like looking at, you know, American history in its span, like indigenous people had it on lock. Yeah. Exactly. Like I was like reading a random article about you know, like the whole like, you know, like racist supremacist concept that comes with the idea that victors write history. You know, history is in the word of the victors and whatnot, and the way that colonialism in the United States has been framed as a, oh, you know, it's the Europeans coming over and saving the native people, which that is not true by any stretch of the imagination, because native people, just like in the Western Hemisphere, right? If we're going to include all of the Americas, you know, we had, you know, like the Aztecs had like water pressure and actual like aqueducts and sewage systems down, whereas like people in Europe were straight up getting the plague because they were dumping their sewage, just their raw sewage, into the streets and into their rivers and polluting them to the point where they can't even take proper, like, most people, unless you were like upper class, couldn't take proper showers or do proper hygiene because all your water is tainted with poo and pee. Like, why were Europeans trying to come over here in the first place? It's not out of curiosity, for the most part, not out of any sort of scholarly, well-intentioned curiosity. No, it's because they were trying to run away from, you know, inequality, injustice, bad infrastructure, bad healthcare, all of that stuff. So to act like the Europeans had any sort of supremacy in any way is dog water brained. It's hot dog water brained. Because in regards to healthcare, in regards to a lot of social issues, our native people were decades so far ahead in so many aspects. It's like they have a playbook, Auburn Rose. It's really interesting. There's someone who pops up on my Twitter a lot who says some really, there's like Sherilyn Ifil and Ibram Kendi have, for those of you who enjoy reading like either essays or books on this, like do a really good job. There's another one too. I'm blanking on their name right now, but they specialize specifically in regards to like the legalization of Black queerness is the phrase that they use. So I'll have to remember to search that phrase so that I can find that particular author. But they talk about how it's unfortunately kind of a bit of a playbook. It's a pattern that is followed that has been unfortunately quite effective in a lot of ways of, you know, preventing people, you know, from either marginalized, underrepresented XYZ communities from being able to fully enjoy the rights that they ought to be allowed, not just as a citizen of the United States, but just a human being existing on the planet. Hey, Nightless, what's up? I go to bed. I get up again. Heck yeah. What's up, Nightless? Hello. You are rolling into a we're having a grand old conversation this morning. How are you doing? I hope you had a good rest. Yeah, we're live for a little morning stream. We're having a deep Sunday morning chat. That's what this is right now. But yeah, it is one of those things where they're not even like, if one has knowledge of just the general history of the world, just general history on how marginalized communities gets treated, it is And it is upsetting where it, like, once you start noticing that pattern, you're like, geez, are you for real? Oh, heck yeah. Black tea. Black tea's a great way to start the morning. Right now I've got a mixture of like pineapple tea and like pineapple lemon black tea. I usually do a Yorkshire tea, but I was just feeling like shaking it up this morning. We're vibing. Hell yeah. Okay, so Nightless, let's see. For those of you just joining us right now, we are talking about the advent of civil rights, just in general, but specifically in the country of the United States of America, just because that happens to be the one that I feel the most qualified to talk on, and how recent, how, like, abhorrently recent a lot of what we would consider huge civil rights gains for our communities has happened, right? Like, gay marriage got legalized 8 years ago. You know, the civil rights movement happened less than 60 years ago. Like, yeah, it's one of those things where people have existed for millennia, and trying to legislate or bully or hate crime your way into making them not exist is never gonna fully get rid of them, because guess what? People are continually getting born. Like, people keep happening, right? If you really want to, if you really want to stop trans and gay people from existing, stop having babies. Just stop procreating and you'll be fine. Is that genocide? Yes, but at least you'll get rid of all of those gays that you don't like. That is so fucked up, dude. Yep, yeah, it's really, like, I'm glad that you also brought up the, like, the Egypt example, right? Because there are a couple, feel free to fact check me on this because I'm speaking, anecdotally. I can't remember what, but there are a couple of examples of, like, pharaohs and other high-ranking governmental or important figures, that were buried in the manner that would be like traditionally seen as like male and whatnot, which is fascinating. I mean, one of the heroes of Illinois, Pulaski, is a trans man, and that's something that people don't like overlook or just like willfully ignore because they're like, hell yeah, our war hero Pulaski, where it's like, no, this I think it was like a Polish immigrant who was a trans man that was like a war hero in World War II or whatever. I'm gonna have to double check my info on that. All I know is that Pulaski was a trans man. 1964. 64, 74, 84, 94, 2004, 2014, 2024. That is so recent. 60 years sounds like a lot of time, but really, like, just think about how recent that is in regards to just the span. Even if we're gonna look at the microcosm, the teeny little blip that is the existence of the United States of America, that is a slice. That is a slice of time. Yup, exactly. Yeah, and just the way that if we're talking about like just like trans history in general and how baked in that is, just the story of Chinese immigrants and like Chinese, Polish, Italian with trans people in that mix being fundamental foundations to the West even being built in the United States. Like, you know what, not even talk about the Polish and the Italians, just talking about the foundation of how Chinese immigrants and the exploitation of their labor literally built what is romanticized as the Wild West and what became the industrialized areas there, right? And also just the fundamental role that like our native people played in that as well, them being exploited and not, you know, having autonomy over their own lands. That's a whole other thing. Yeah, yep, exactly. 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 Yeah, it's one of those things where I wish I could be more concise, because it's just a popcorn. It's a confetti. It's just a confetti of so many different things that could be talked about in this. Yeah. Antonius, yo, thank goodness Nightless is here, because we have an actual scholar that knows this stuff. Yeah. Oh, that's where you shine. Heck yeah. We have an actual scholar. I was about to say dramaturge, and that's the ridiculous theater part of me. No, this is like an actual literal scholar. Antonius, yo, Stan Antonius. Exactly right, and these are just the people who were written about, whose stories happened to transcend the span of time and wear and tear that happens on physical materials. Like, what a delight and what a joy, and a little bit of a curse, but what a delight and a joy that so many, like, so much of this knowledge is fairly readily available to us in the, you know, in the realm of the internet. Now, is the internet super accessible? No, because there's a lot of people who don't have access to it. I digress. But that's just so neat. But yeah, I agree with you, Diz. Like, there are, like, who knows, right? Who knows how many more? Like, in the same way that not everyone is, you know, super open about their online or their personal lives online, and is talking about who they are all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very much, and here's the thing, that's just based off of, like, not even just, like, gender presentation, but just like studies on biological sex, period, right? I don't want to get too deep into those weeds, because I'm not hella, like, I don't have hella knowledge of this area, but just looking at that period, yeah. Yup, yeah, yo, the Crusades did a number. The Crusades really did a number, let me tell ya. And enforcing these ideals that survival is only capable in, you know, in this individualistic sort of way, where it's only ordained between one man, one woman, and that is how, or one man, one woman, and that is how we do it, and this is how we keep our bloodlines clean. It's like, don't be fucking weird, man. Yep, exactly. It's like, why are you trying so hard to institute this? It barely works for you. That's why you're trying to go other places. Me talking emphatically as if that, even, you know, even if you just plot me back in time and I started ranting like that, you know what's gonna happen? It's not gonna change any lives. I'm just gonna get a spear to the shoulder. Or heck, hey, an ocular socket if I'm lucky. Yeah! Like, you know, like we were I was kind of joking about it a little bit during our Hades stream yesterday, but you know, what some perhaps well-intentioned but definitely not knowledgeable scholars have interpreted as like, oh, they were really close best friends. Like, we see it happen a lot throughout history, even with Queen Anne as an example, where it's like, oh yes, yes, very heterosexual relationship with very, very close friendships with cousins and sisters or best friends. Not cousins and sisters by relation, but in the way that they would use familial terms to indicate, like, you know, close emotional bonds, that kind of thing. Yeah, just the entire system in regards to, you know, like CPS and how that gets weaponized against people regardless of, you know, the means that the parents have. Like, there are times where it is incredibly useful to get kids into a safe home. It ought to be the utmost importance, but it's been weaponized against, you know, like queer families and like black and brown and indigenous families. Holy shit, and indigenous families. The whole lost generation thing, which I did not like. It's awful that I only learned about it relatively recently, about what and it, I don't know if it was specifically only the Catholic Church. No, yeah, because it was ordained by the archdeacons of the area or whatever it was, where it basically just taking indigenous children from their families and being like, okay, we're gonna help integrate you into society, huh? And then basically just like literally kidnapping kids and putting them into the foster system. It's so fucked up. Yes, I have heard about that with penguins. For like feel-good news stories, here's the thing, I'm a simple man. You give me a news story about a couple of gay penguins in a zoo adopting an egg, I am right there, I'm here for it, I fully support it. Give me that easy dopamine, I want that in my brain. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, here's the thing, I know that some people are all like, yeah, we gotta, you know, be fruitful and multiply, but let's, you know, let's actually learn reading comprehension and not listen to televangelists that are trying to, you know, scam us for our money. Which, I should make this, I'll be sure to make this disclaimer whenever I am talking about it. When I am bashing some aspects of organized religion, I am talking about organized religion. I am not talking about anyone's faith. If you are Christian by faith, fuck yeah, do that shit. Jesus loves you, and that is amazing. God made you special, and he loves you very much. But, with that said, the poison that is organized religion and the way that, at least in white American Christianity, the way that it has been weaponized and used as a way to take advantage of people from, you know, from lower income communities, and using and weaponizing their fear, their food insecurity, their housing insecurity to their own benefit, and to foment you know, and to foment laws that only benefit a certain echelon of people. I'm not even gonna say upper, because that would notate that I even see them as above me. No, they're not above any of us, and if we, you know, truly, I really hope that some people would allow themselves to be let go of the yoke that of shame that their churches put on them for trying to like get tithes out of them. That's just a rant I'll go on another day, because I'll get a little too heated. But yeah, I do want to make sure that I'm being very specific. I am not talking about faith when I'm talking about these things, right? If you, whatever religion you are by faith, right? Like that is completely your, whatever faith you have, right? Whether it be Christianity, Judaism, all of that stuff. Like, that's not what I'm talking about, and I do not mean to besmirch or shame anyone for having that faith. I'm just talking about the concept of, again, organized religion, and the fact that people try to make you think that there is more value in a building than your connection with your spirituality. That is my ice cold take. It's not even a take, it's just how it is. Yup, yeah, exactly, you didn't do it for, that's the thing, we're talking about patterns in history, and that is exactly it. Nightless rolling in with the scholarly knowledge. Yep, exactly. Yup. Yep, not to shit, and I appreciate you for, yeah, I'm pretty, like, I think I can make the general, like, not to speak for anyone, but I think I can make the general statement for everyone in chat that when we make these statements, they're in good faith and they're not bashing anyone, right? We're just talking about the concept of the oppressive tool of religion and not the life-affirming and uplifting, I don't want to say tool, but like, you know, belief, you know, faith belief system, right? It is super important to know where those roots come from. Exactly. Yep, exactly. And it is the thing where it's with a, I was about to say person I used to be related to, which I guess is kind of correct because I've been disowned, but whatever, I don't care. I would try to have conversations with them about like, okay, so you're saying that XYZ is bad because that's what it says in the Bible. Well, let's talk about that. Where in the Bible does it say this? Okay, you're mentioning these certain passages because they're the ones that your bigoted pastor happens to bring up, but these are being like willfully misinterpreted. Have you considered, you know, reading the Bible for yourself and like seeing what that means to you? Because that's your holy book. Why are you letting someone tell you how to feel about it, right? Like, it's, you know, there are religious leaders who are working in good faith and are like, hey, here's how we can deepen your connection with your God, all of that good stuff. But there's a lot of people who just use it as a bully pulpit to share their bigoted ideas. I don't know. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. But yeah, just people just not knowing the roots of where things come from. Like the fact that there's an entire edition of the Bible, the King James Bible, that is referenced so oft. Y'all, here's the thing, those aren't the words of God's. The words of God quotation marks. Those are romanticized interpretations that were ordained by the poet laureates and romantic era playwrights and poets that King James hired to make the Bible more spicy and more readable for the illiterate masses. Allegedly, Shakespeare, Marlowe, our boy Ben Jonson helped make the Bible more bloody, more fancy, more romantic, just to get people interested in reading it. So this version of the Bible that you are harping and hawking and mawing on, that was transcribed by moderately illiterate people. That was translated from from Hebrew and other languages and German, depending on what region you're from. Translated, reoriented. Like, have you ever played a game of telephone? That's what happened with the Bible. That's what happened with the modern Bible. Like, are the stories sick as hell? Yeah, but if you're gonna use that as a foundation on how you abuse other people in your life, I don't know, man. Drink some water and think about it, maybe. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, right? And the really cool thing is, I know, like I've got queer friends who have a very sincere and very close connection with their faith, right? I have a Muslim buddy and a Protestant friend who are, like, very, very queer people who have very close connections with their faith, and they feel like their identity is affirmed through it, right? Which I think is beautiful and amazing, that they have that, right? Oh, virgin? Lol. Thank you for catching that, Nightless. With my ranting, I almost missed that Automod bonked. Yup, yeah. Not even close. Yeah, it's also historical context. Exactly. It's all about it's I'm just repeating what you already said, Nightless. People just need to Like, historical context is everything, right? It's why historians tend to reference, you know, like plays, journal entries, artistic works of a given time to help provide more context or glean more context for like historical events that are going on, right? It's one of those things where context is important to remember, right? Like we do not in our current times, or at least as far as I know, have to concern ourselves with the logistics of exchanging you know, a cow with your neighbor, and how that affects the entirety of the local economy. Like that is not, in general, something that we have to concern ourselves with anymore. Yeah, there are entire like books, volumes. For those of you who know more about Christianity, please do forgive me and feel free to correct me because I am a heathen. I stopped doing the Jesus thing around when I was 12, or not the Jesus thing, but the organize a religion thing around when I was 12. So feel free to correct me. I hope I'm not being wrong. But like there are entire like volumes of the books that can be found in Africa that have just been excised from Western, you know, conventional European Western thought, right? Which is bananas. Yup, yeah, exactly, right? It's again that unfortunate thing of like, you know, history's written by the victor, right? Like, was it like Mary Magdalene that also had writings? Or something that was a part of one of the, I'm not gonna say original Hebrew, because that is very likely incorrect, but like there was like stuff written by like Mary Magdalene and other women who were a part of, you know, the apostles and whatnot, that has just been like, we don't wanna, we're just gonna a la carte choose what we want included in our stuff. I think one of my favorite things is how just the fact that like there was a whole satanic panic back in the, and it's still kind of flaring up again, like satanic panic back in like the 80s and whatnot about Dungeons and Dragons, when there's like a whole entire like fight, a vision of a fight against a dragon symbolizing overcoming evil in the Bible, and it's like, bruh, wouldn't that be like your favorite thing? Wouldn't like playing a game symbolizing overcoming evil be your favorite thing? But no, you're gonna willfully misinterpret it and be a bunch of doinks about it. 50 Bibles of Constantine. Okay. Oh. 50. 5 times 10. That is so fascinating. Yo, I was about to say I gotta go down this rabbit hole, but I legitimately, like, I just need to, this is what happens when I'm no longer in academia. It's like, holy, that's bananas. Also, makes so much sense because the amount, like, just the, like, I happen to bring up, just because I happen to, like, I'm not even gonna pretend to call myself a Shakespeare scholar, because there are people who are more, like, infinitely more educated on this than I am, but, like, the King James Bible is one that I happen to bring up a lot just because it happens to be the one that I have the most knowledge of. But there are, like, a fair number of periods in history where you can see that there were, like, revisions, adjustments made to either appeal to the populism of the time or to make it more accessible to people who were illiterate, or just like adjust it to fit whatever mores the people in charge wanted to establish. Like, you see it now with like the kid, like teen Bible, where they just make adjustments to the stories to like make it more accessible and more cool for kids, right? Like, compare that Like, if you're able to get someone who can, like, translate ancient Hebrew and compare that, like, super cool, rad teen Bible to, like, original Bible, like, where are the similarities gonna be there? Yep, exactly. Like, oh yeah, which variation? And what edition are we talking about? Yep, exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, oh my gosh, chicken soup for the soul. I had, what was it? I had a couple of them. I had like chicken soup for the teenage soul. There were a couple of them. There's like chicken soup for the teenage soul, chicken soup for the grieving soul. I had a bunch of the sad ones. Really? Yeah. Yeah, I have I would wager that your poet friends probably have some very strong and well supported by documentation and just history in general feelings about it. Yeah. That is so funny. Holy, Beowulf just entered the chat. Beowulf is pinging you on Discord. Homer with like a couple words. Or wait, wasn't there? Okay, it wasn't necessarily a book, but wasn't there like a in the ancient city of Ur, wasn't there like a short story or something? I can't remember if it was like a journal entry or a short story or something, but that's so funny. Ovid, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh gosh, yup. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Homer, Ovid, and everyone else is pinging them on Discord. Dude. I'm just imagining. Oh gosh. I'm just soaking in this right now. I'm just soaking in it. Just imagining, like, you know, like you got like this old Germanic castle, and it's a bunch of like monks transcribing religious texts in the background. And then it's just another Germanic monk live streaming like, hey, yo, what's up everybody? I have like the first book ever made, the first book. I'm really excited to share this with everybody. You can see my affiliate link in the bio. And then you can just like hear in the background a bunch of Discord pings from like Homer and Ovid, and like pings on Twitter like, what the fuck, dude? No! You are not the first book, actually. You did not write the first book. Oh jeez. Like, it's great because back then it was so easy to scam people and just straight up lie. And just tell super fun lies. And everyone believed it because it was like, who's gonna correct them? Like, ah yes, drinking snake blood will make you live forever. It does? Why, thanks. It would be. Yeah. Yeah. It would be fascinating. Like, oh my gosh, just thinking about like just thinking about just like ancient philosophers, period. The sheer number of like sarcasm and pedantics. Oh my gosh. Yes, please. Or even just getting yo, heck yeah, Vice time. Vice time. Vice City. Who do we think would be, in regards to just talking about the universe as it is, or the world as it is today, our culture as it is today, who would like the 5 funniest people, or most interesting people, I would say, be to get into a room together? Hmm. Hmm. I feel like Socrates is probably a bit too much of an easy answer, but I'd go with that. Trying to think, like, who else? I'm trying to think of, like, who... Like, I'm trying to get a smattering, right? Because I think it's one of those things where, like, just sitting... Just choosing, like, you know, ancient Greeks, ancient Roman thinkers and philosophers and whatnot might be a little too much of a cop-out. Yeah. Yeah! Oh, Oppenheimer. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really interesting the different versions of like those sort of thought exercises that have existed. Like one that comes to mind is a play that Steve Martin wrote called what is it, Picasso at the Lapin Agile? Where they get like Picasso, Einstein, Elvis, and a couple of other like historical figures in a room together and just like have them have a conversation. It's interesting. It's an interesting play. You know what? What if we just got the world's greatest shit posters all in one place? Yeah. Wait, who painted the Garden of Earthly Delights? I'm trying to remember that artist. Hold up. I'm trying to remember who that artist was. Ben Frank. Oh my gosh, yeah. Ben Franklin, historical great shit poster, like legitimately. Like that man like knew how to say some things. Who? Yeah, I'm trying to remember who painted the Garden of Earthly. Oh, Hieronymus Bosch. Yeah, we gotta get Hieronymus Bosch in there. We gotta get someone from the Dutch tradition of painting. He was posting something. He was posting something. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that Benny Franks was definitely posting something. Ooh, yeah. What if we could get Okay, what if we got like Hieronymus Bosch, because I think it'd be funny. Diogenes. Who is notable for being, was he ancient Roman? I'm gonna double check because I don't want to be wrong. Diogenes. Okay, he was a Greek philosopher. Okay, gotcha. Diogenes, also known as Diogenes the Cynic, or Diogenes of Sinope, Sinope? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, was a Greek philosopher and one of the founders of Cynicism. He is noted for being kind of a shit poster who would, you know, like do super pedantic debates with people. And he was having a debate one time, and this is me being anecdotal, there are better writings on this, but it was recorded that he was having a debate with someone like, what constitutes a man? How do you define a man? A man as in mankind. And someone was like, why, it is a featherless bipedal creature. And apparently Diogenes would like grabbed up a plucked, you know, a freshly butchered plucked chicken and would go, behold a man! And I think we've seen like versions of this on like that have flitted around the internet where it's like, well, how do you define a table? Oh, a flat surface with 4 legs, and just showing a picture of a horse and going, behold a table. So I think like having Diogenes would be great, because come on, you gotta have a cynic in there. Hieronymus Bosch is my personal pick. Ben Franklin's a great choice. Okay, so we got like Diogenes, Ben Franklin, Hieronymus Bosch. Let's get Cleopatra in there just for funsies. You gotta have a bigger name that everyone recognizes. And I feel like Cleopatra is just like almost always someone that I feel like people put in these imaginal like imaginary imaginary Comic-Con panels of who they're bringing together. Ooh, there are options. There are options. Let me think. We can swap out any of these, of course. Ben Franklin's such a good one. What if we got one of the guys, one of the... What if we got one of the original guys who owned Fuck Jerry? You know that? Like the Facebook page Fuck Jerry that would steal memes and bribe people to delete their original memes so that Fuck Jerry could get all of the ad revenue. I want one of those guys at the table. The Queen. Oh, you know what? That's a good one. That's a really good one because it would also be a little controversial. It'd be a little controversial, which I like. Yeah, I agree. You know what? Yeah. Like someone who is still a fairly contemporary figure who has spanned multiple decades of pop culture. Yeah, oh, that's great. Yeah, we gotta get Lizzie the Second in there. I'm on board with that. Dang, imagine Benny Franks and Queen Lizzie. I bet he would have opinions about I think he would probably have some opinions. Some OP onions about what's going on there. Oh, that is so funny. That is so funny. Hey, Nightless, what's up? We are thinking about like the best, like the pettiest, sauciest, potentially shitpostiest group of like panel of 5 people to get together. We're swapping some of them out. So we were talking about how like Queen Elizabeth II, the Queen, Benjamin Franklin, Diogenes. I threw Hieronymus Bosch in there as like a free space, but we can swap that out. Simone de Beauvoir or Simone Weil would be fun. Just to get one of those ladies in there. But again, we could actually Simone Weil might be a more fun choice just with how much she would probably butt heads with Ben Franklin and the Queen. She and Diogenes would team up on being like who can be the most reasonably pedantic and willfully misinterpreting of the other two's statements. And then we just have this Dutch painter in there like, I'm just going to paint another triptych. Wait. Yeah, Auburn, I 100% agree with the Queen and Benjamin Franklin. That's an interesting combo, just because they're both so petty. Wait, maybe pettiness is just what I should focus on. Yeah. Simone Weil. Philosopher, someone who was a leading thinker in in ways that socialism can be interpreted in accessible ways. Benjamin Franklin established he was the guy, established the fire department of the U.S. Postal Service, among other things. Diogenes, Greek philosopher, founder of cynicism. The Queen. Wait, good morning, Spot! Wait, Spot rolling in with an excellent admission. Yeah, Sir Ian McKellen. Sir Ian, you shall not pass! Sir Ian. Especially Sir Ian McKellen as him playing himself on extras. Spot rolling in with an S tier admission. This is perfect. Also, how are you doing today, Spot? Happy to see ya. Yeah, smart but petty. Yeah, smart but petty. We love to see it. Might have to expand this. Maybe we'll sub out Hieronymus, but I'm trying to think of. It's unfortunate that I'm only thinking of people who are popular in Western history and Western thought. I'm trying to think. I'm scouring my brain. Yeah, smart but petty. We could get a couple of those we could get a couple of those ancient Mongols that tried to that tried to like fuck up a silk trade road. I'm trying to remember what the whole deal behind it was. Yo, Nightless! Yo, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Nightless.
That's so incredibly generous. Thank you for the Prime sub. Ooh, you know what, Auburn? That's a very good point. That way there's more like similar points of conversation that can be had. I agree. Okay, so like we'll have another panel for people who have historical reference points that are more similar, because yeah, the Queen of Benny Franks can absolutely comment on, you know, past and current states of relations across the pond. Absolutely. Oh, that is so funny. Largely facing the same thing. And yeah, all of this time, like it's yeah. Yep, yeah, you basically said it. I was about to repeat it in a circular way. That is so fascinating. So intensely fascinating. As a cynic, okay, with the current panel that we have on hand, so Queen Elizabeth II, truly petty queen with all of her controversies, etc., etc. Benny Franks, we got him. Maybe Simone Weil might not be the right choice. You know what, I'll just keep her in for my personal draft pick, because it'd be funny. Also, just honestly, having Diogenes anywhere is enough is enough of a wrench to throw in, I think. What would actually be really funny is to get Immanuel Kant and throw him in to a room with like throw Immanuel Kant into a room with like Octavia Butler, like Ida B. Wells, and like other, you know, prominent like African American thinkers and whatnot, and just have them go like, hey, you racist fuck, shut the fuck up. You are wrong. Which, okay, quick sidebar, I loved the show The Good Place, I really enjoyed it, but I think one of the worst, like, one thing that will always burn me is how they made Chidi Anagonye a Kantian. Like, I can understand from a philosophical standpoint how that's a good match, but there are other scholars of Kantian thought that didn't have such dog shit opinions about black people. Like, that's my one thing. Anyways, it's... You know how those Germanic philosophers are. Anyways, back on topic. It's off topic Sunday. Also, y'all, we've been talking for a little over an hour and a half, so I gotta do my check-in. Right now is an excellent time to check in. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Grab a snack if you haven't had a snack in a hot second. And whether you're kicking it in chat or just chilling and lurking with our wonderful rabbit hole we're going down this morning, thank you so much for hanging out and sharing the good vibes. I really appreciate it. I gotta steep more. I gotta boil more water. Anyways, that rant aside. Yeah, that would be really, really fascinating. I'm trying to think if there are any... Like, I'm trying to find, like a bridge. Like, a bridge between... A rabbit hole! like Lion King, just like Lion King styles. Also, Bob will probably run up in here in a couple minutes, maybe. But we've started putting Bob in air jail, and we've been calling it puppy uppies whenever he's acting like a little nuisance. Oh, rabbit hole! Or wait, I'm thinking of I don't know why these particular images flashed in my mind when you wrote that Spot. For those of you who have seen Boondock Saints, there is a moment where like Willem Dafoe falls on his knees and goes, "Oh, there was a firefight!" And it is an amazing bit of melodramatic acting. It is such a good line read that sticks in my brain. So whenever someone does this, I just have like a moment where I think of that quote and I'm like, if I speak this quote out loud, there's like a 13% chance someone will know what I'm talking about. A rabbit hole! I'm trying to think, I'm trying to think if there is a good, like, figure who could be a conversational bridge between Ben Franklin and the Queen of England. I'm drawing a blank right now, I'm not gonna lie. Also, hey, what a delight it is that we can go down these rabbit holes on this stream, regardless of the time of day. Oh, Marcus Aurelius! Wait! That's a good one. Ooh, that's a good one. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, heck yeah. I'm on board with that. I can agree. And we've listed a couple of people. The Queen, Ben Franklin. I originally had Hieronymus Bosch. Diogenes. I'm losing my list! No! Marcus Aurelius. The most humble motherfucker. Thank you, Spot. Which is so fascinating. Especially with the period that was so embattled with egos, confusing personal interest with what is best for the public. Sound familiar? Sound familiar to anybody? That's actually a really fascinating one. I'm on board with that. I approve. So Marcus, okay. Queen Benjamin Franklin. I put Simone Weil in there. Diogenes, Marcus Aurelius. Slick Rick. just the 80s, 90s educational rapper Slick Rick. Once upon a time, long, long ago. Wow. What? That's wild. That is so interesting. Is that sort of like following that pattern of like the pendulum swing where it just goes from extreme to extreme? Wow. How interesting. You know what? It's one of those things where it's just acknowledging patterns that emerge throughout history where it's like, okay, hell yeah, we had like a stable, smart, capable leader, and then right after that, for whatever reason, this is an educational Sunday. Yeah, I agree. I love it when like, here's the thing, I didn't have a whole lot planned for morning stream outside of it being just chatting and then doing our daily art exercises. But I'm really glad that it's taken this turn. Yeah, that is really fascinating. And it sort of like goes back to that conversation of how like people think about Rome, like the fall of Rome happening within like the span of a month is the way some people talk about it, but it was like something that was like years in the making, right? Mm. Oh, gotcha. Ooh. Ooh. Yo, Vox Populi, let me tell ya. Maybe, maybe the romanticized interpretation of Coriolanus was right. Fuck the people. Fuck the poor. Wow. Wow. All out of fear of angering or, uh, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Inconveniencing the populace. That is so fascinating. Educational Sunday indeed. International Day of Happiness. May I but read the room. Yeah, it is that like fairly unfortunate thing where it like we do see that as a recurring pattern in some areas of history, regardless of where you are looking at it, right? Whether it's like even if you're like even if you're looking outside of the microcosm of what is, you know, considered like Western history, Western thought, like we see this as a recurring pattern just anywhere. Just look like at any other you know, developed community or developed nation. Developed's not the right term. Established community or nation where this says this is just a problem that occurs almost ad infinitum. Will the pattern ever be broken? Who knows? Oh, gotcha. Ugh, that does suck. That does suck. And it's also like how do you even follow that up too? Right? That's so fascinating. Yo, what a goat. Marcus Aurelius, the goat. I'm gonna make an adjustment here. Oh, gotcha. Heavy quotation marks. Heavy quotation marks on adults. That is so fascinating. Y'all, Educational Sunday is indeed. Heck yeah. No, I am here. Here's the thing. Nightless, you have come to the correct place. This is the House of Tangents. This is where we go. This is what we do. This is who we are. This is what it is about. Aggressively clapping hands and yelling. Heck yeah. House of Tangents. It was pretty easily wiped out by it was wiped out early on by the Targaryens under the rule of the Mad King. It was what happened. It was what happened there. The only surviving heir is out there is out there rowing a boat like Gendry did from seasons what 3 to 8. Spoiler alert, I guess. Unhinged. Yeah. You know what, y'all? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I really appreciate y'all being like so awesome and like well-intentioned, especially when we do go down these rabbit holes where some of the subject matter might be a little more like intensive, maybe a little more deep, a little more intensive, a little more spicy, especially when it comes to discussing, you know, civil rights and human rights in general and, you know, all of that stuff. So I'm really delighted and glad that we can go down these rabbit holes and talk about this stuff, because it's really fascinating to you know, learn. Just like learn and grow and discover new things in a different perspective. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm deeply appreciative that y'all are great about that. Because it can be hard, right? Even though I am essentially I am the steward, I do control the narrative of where this stream goes just by nature of me being a draconian ruler, forcing y'all to talk about what I want to talk about. but with that said, I do appreciate that y'all are so awesome. Yeah, with such lovely people as you all. Absolutely. And we've like, it's really interesting when we do kind of go on these, I don't even know if I can call it a tangent, but like kind of go on these kind of like rides in what ways the conversations kind of connect with each other. Because this whole conversation got kicked off by talking about like the difference between, you know, what is the defined difference between bi and pan people. And then now we're talking about like, oh yeah, so this is actually how Rome fell. Not that those concepts are, you know, inherently entwined, but just how that happens. Rome fell because they didn't know the difference between bi and pan. Totally related. Mm-hmm. That is why they burned down the Library of Alexandria, because they didn't want people to know. So dumb. They would be. Here's the thing. I honor and celebrate pettiness. I honor and celebrate pettiness. I myself am given to my own petty proclivities. Is that I would have to say that is my tragic flaw. Being needlessly petty. Spot one on point. So incredibly on point. Yep, as Spot said, this is why we have to talk about sexuality. Otherwise, how will we learn about Roman history? That is... Okay, Spot, here's the thing. The maddening thing is that is so correct. Otherwise, how are we going to learn about how people were best friends? How are we going to learn about how people were such good best friends that they wanted to spend all of their time together and be buried together? Just like what best friends do. Perfectly platonic best friends. Let's go! Oh my gosh, that is so good. Time to get into the conspiracies. Yep. All about it. That is so funny. It's one of those things where it's so funny that it's true. Like, we have to talk about it, right? We have to acknowledge the existence. That way we can accurately decipher the path that Roman history took. Buck wild. I love it. Just bonkers. It really is interesting how that kind of has come into a circle. Also, my apologies. I'll stop snapping towards the mic. It's a tick that I've developed and I need to stop it. That's a good one. That's a good... Yeah, something needs to be said about you know, graveyards and their keepers thereof. Interesting. I don't know how much of a well-founded conspiracy this is, but one that I heard recently is that like someone came to me with like an Adventure Time flavored conspiracy theory that ancient history is actually more recent than you think, because we are on the third round of developed society, because the past two rounds of developed society have obliterated themselves through nuclear warfare. Which I'm trying to think of how to explain this. And this explains why there is evidence of alien intervention with our historical artifacts, because it's not aliens, it's just leftover stuff from previous evolved versions of society that had technology that was just as or even more advanced than ours, that got wiped out by a nuclear war that we have no record of because there was no way to keep sustainable record of it because the nuclear war happened. That's also how the pyramids were built. But the information on how they were able to get the pyramids so accurately, not just the pyramids in Giza, but also like the ones in South America, were built because they had leftover technology from the previous nuclear war. Here's the thing, I'm trying to remember all of the details for this. This is all like just me tertiarily, anecdotally sharing what I was told by someone who sincerely believes this happened. It's really entertaining. It's really entertaining. And upon like I was asking them like, hey, where did you read this? It was one of those things where in the back of my mind I was like trying not to hold any judgment, but it was that that meme of like, what the fuck? Or in the back of my mind I'm like, okay, you know what, I'll at least I'll try to see where they're coming from. And it's the classic answer. I was like, hey, where did you read or, see this discussed? I would like to learn more about it. And their answer was, oh, you can just look it up. It's out there. So I don't know how widespread a concept this is, but I do think it's interesting. It's interesting. It's common knowledge, exactly. It's got... And I like it because it's like a not harmful conspiracy theory. Because here's the thing. I want conspiracy theories to be fun. I don't want them to be the goofy ass ones that are like secretly anti-Semitic or built off of some weird like phrenology genocide kind of thing. Like, I want a fun conspiracy theory, right? Like, I want the fun conspiracy theory that wearing tinfoil on your head protects your brain from being read by the 5Gs, and that's how Google gets your information to target ads to you. Like, I want those. Yup, it's the tricky thing, because the foundation of a fair number of yup, Nightless, 100%. It's the unfortunate foundation of a fair number of current conspiracy theories that is an adamant and willful denial of easily provable information, even if you let's say you were someone who straight up did not believe in anything that's on the internet. Cool. Just straight up do not believe anything that is on the internet, anything that is available for knowledge, whether you're going Encyclopedia Britannica, Wikipedia, or just talking to an expert. You don't agree, you don't believe in any of that. Even, it's the people who, you can, even if you didn't believe in that, you can, through the process of either following the scientific method or following any kind of peer-reviewed bits of science, or even doing it yourself, a lot of these things are easily disproved, which is bonkers. Okay, Spot, that's really interesting. That's really interesting. That is fascinating. Just in regards to, what particles are they talking about? That would assume a lot of conditions being met. I'm like, oh, interesting. Yeah, Like, what kind of particles are we talking about? Are we talking about, like the concept of, you know, like, are they assuming that, like, light particles that we receive from the sun have mass and that somehow carries things? Like, that's... Chadley! What's up, Chadley? Perfect timing, because I've been needing some water. What is up, Chadley? Let's go! Chadley, thank you for reminding us to stay hydrated. How are you doing? Happy to see ya. We're talking about fun conspiracy theories today. Oh, wait. That is so curious. That is so curious. I'm trying to think, like, what, like, how... Spot, I'm so glad you brought this up. I'm so glad that you mentioned this. Wait, you said living particles from space. So living as in... What was the phrase that they used with the guy who did the whistleblowing on, like, the existence of extraterrestrial stuff? Was it, like, extraterrestrial biomass or non-terrestrial biomass? Living is the operative word. Like, are we thinking it's like it's a Men in Black situation where they're just like little living dudes just raining down from the skies and being like, okay, everybody, time to spread rubella. It's like, what? Like, I want to, like, are we talking like tardigrades? Are we talking like celestial tardigrades? Just like, you know, bleep blop blooping around in the air, and they just happen to have, I don't know, like accidentally have a little, I don't know, have a measles stick to them, like, oh dear, oh well, I'm just gonna keep on popping around. Honestly, you know what? Kudos to them. Kudos to them. Kudos to them. I love that. That's the worst, because here's the thing, I want them to go into detail. The details are important. Man, here's the thing, if you're gonna come up with an amazing theory such as that, you gotta at least, like, be creative, right? Even if you're getting the science wrong, at least get creative and give me some details I can cling to. Hey, welcome back, Auburn! Yeah, so Spot, I'll read what Spot wrote, because it's truly amazing. We're talking about conspiracy theories, and Spot rolled in with this amazing thing. So, a couple days ago, Spot watched an Ancient Aliens episode about virus/disease spread, and how some of the deadliest epidemics could have had living particles from space that contributed to the development of these strains that humans could not defend from. So let's like completely ignore epidemiology or how viruses or bacteria, any of that works. But knowing is the you know what? You know what? That is so true. That is, you know what? That is so fucked up of me. That is wrong. That's, you know what? I'm the one that's in the wrong. We're expecting them to do the labor of excuse me. Oh, they got me. Oh, the aliens, they got me. You know what? That's why I sneezed just then. They knew that, you know what? They had to show me. Did they make me sneeze because I'm not a believer? It's not safe here anymore. It's not safe here anymore. Anyways, I think I'm being punished because I was denying the existence of alien particles that helped evolve sicknesses. So, y'all, this might be my last stream. This might be it. This might be the end. They found me and they're trying to get rid of me because I'm asking too many questions. Oh my gosh. You know what? That is very true. I mean, come on. Here's the thing, right? One of the easiest, you know what? I would say statistically, just throughout the span of human history, the most diagnosed illness is ghosts in blood, right? The most diagnosable symptom, just all throughout the span of human history, right? If we could find a way to go to the great codex of the universe and just do like a control F search on what is the most diagnosed condition of all time, it's gonna be ghosts in blood, right? It's all about the humors. It's all about trying to get ghosts out of your blood by making you bleed more, because that's how you get the ghosts out of your blood. You gotta get the bad vibes out of your blood. That's literally how they cured things. They're like, hey, drink your own piss and get the blood out your body. That's how we're gonna cure it. You know what, Spot? I agree. The devil is so gauche. The devil was so 200 years ago. We gotta get the aliens up in here. Maybe, you know what? Maybe old Ron Hubbies was right. Maybe the old hubster was correct. We gotta concern ourselves more with what Xenu's trying to do. Maybe that's what's up. Yes, I did. So it's really fascinating the role that barbers played just in general, like medical maintenance for people. Like people used to go to the barber to get their teeth pulled. Like it's very, I can't remember exactly what the connection with all of that is, but it is really fascinating how something, which is sort of why barbershops have evolved to being for a lot of communities like social centers, right? Like community centers where people like gather to, you know, commiserate, share information and all of that, because barbers used to be that one-stop shop, whether you needed you know, whatever the concept of a therapist was at a time, getting your teeth pulled, getting your shit together. It's fascinating just how you can find the lineage of why barbershops are like cornerstones for communities, which is so fascinating. Yo, Spot, what a great thing to pull up. I am delighted that you brought that up. With milk? Wait, I didn't know about that. I don't know about that. Yeah, traveling carnivals. Because they generally were the most equipped to do like self-medical care, because odds are, like, the odds of someone seeing any kind of medical professional within like months of time, pretty slim. Not highly likely. So they would either have to be self-trained, heavy quotation marks over self-trained, or have like a staff doctor, essentially, that, which was more rare, but like a staff doctor on hand that would be like, hey, what's up everybody? I like y'all. I'll help you stay healthy and not die. Which is so fascinating, right? Because it was blood, black bile, yellow bile, urine. I'm missing one. Sanguine, because there's a blood. Phlegm? Was phlegm one of them? Phlegmatic? I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Which is so fascinating. Where unfortunately it has been bastardized a little bit and turned into like misinterpreted by people who try to follow like woo woo goop healthisms. But it is fascinating how just like using that. Like we're talking like the Grecian. We're not talking about like the Commedia dell'arte or like Elizabethan interpretations of these. It really is fascinating how just using that as a basis for like diagnosing conditions is really fascinating. Now, was bloodletting or like using leeches the best way to cure some of those things? Generally not. Yeah, it has problems, but the theory still stands. That is actually so smart. Yeah, it is. Wait. I've never made that connection. Yo, that's actually so smart. Yeah, cortisone. Like these things that now our tools and instruments are capable of measuring these things that are not immediately visible to the human eye. Wait, thinking about that in relation to the humors? Whoa. Whoa! I'm having like a full ass Jimmy Neutron brain blast moment right now. This is bonkers. Wait, that is such a. You know what? Yeah, they got it right. Like, of course, there were some areas where it was definitely implemented incorrectly. But that is. Wow. That is staggeringly close. That is so fascinating. Wait. Okay, I want to go back to talk about milk and blood. Yup, yeah, it was just the issue of the technology and not having the, finer systems or tools to be able to access that. Yeah, so what's up with milk and blood? I have never heard of this. That is so, you know what? It kind of makes sense doing blood transfusions with milk. Because I'm trying to think like the proteins. Casein? No, that's a completely different thing. Because there are like some protein chains that are fairly similar. Because I know the same like biological processes that produces lactation in mammals is very similar to the function that bone marrow serves in regards to the job that bone marrow does. Or wait, not red blood cells, but white blood cells, right? Am I getting that correct? Or am I saying a bunch of stuff and being a Weenie Hut Jr.? But didn't work? Yeah, I'm trying to think of where the logic comes from with that. That is so interesting. That is so interesting. Hold up. I got good. Hey, Google. Hey, Google. Order 47 packages of Takis, please. Hey, Siri. Order 47 packages of Takis from Amazon. Hey, Cortana. Order 47 packages of Takis. Yeah, regenerating white blood cells. That is fascinating. Hold up. Milk, blood, transfusion. Please don't pull up anything weird. Let's see. All right, this is from bigthink.com. But believe it or not, for a few decades, giving people milk transfusions was all the rage. Prior to the discovery of blood types in 1901, giving people blood transfusions was a risky procedure. Yes, because your body would try to eat you. In order to get around the need to transfuse others with blood, some doctors resorted to using the substitute milk. In 1854, patients were injected with milk to treat Asiatic cholera. Physicians believed that the milk helped regenerate white blood cells. In fact, and this is from the National Institute of Health now, is what I'm quoting. In fact, enough of the patients given milk as a blood substitute seemed to improve that it was concluded to be a safe and legitimate blood replacement procedure at the time. That is so interesting. And now I'm getting stuff as to what Jehovah's Witnesses use for blood transfusions. That is so fascinating. I did not know about that. What a fun treat. What a fun treat of knowledge that we've been given today. That is true. We did used to worship corn, so it's... Yeah, I mean, agriculture is the foundation of society. Right? Agriculture is the foundation of society. It is how we're here. So absolutely worshiping that makes sense. That makes so much sense. Yup, yeah, blood types. Yeah. Hey, you Derailed? What do you mean? Here's the thing. As someone who's done an obnoxious and unholy amount of improvised comedy and improvised storytelling and whatnot, we love seeing a callback. We love seeing an idea brought around the track and then reconnected. It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying to me. Wait, that is so cool. I love learning new things. I did not know that about the milk. That is bananas. Also, yeah, with the limited, what is something else that could be considered relatively, sanitary that you could do? I want to be in the room. Okay, speaking of historical moments I want to be present for, I want to be in the room with the guy where they're like, oh no, we've got these patients we have to treat, what are we gonna do? We're whenever we try to transfuse blood, these people are getting sicker or dying, we gotta do something. And there's a guy who's in the background, just that one guy that's super quiet and kind of weird, what if we put milk in them? Have you guys considered putting milk? Have you guys considered milk? Okay, was this dairy milk or human milk? What kind of milk? Yeah, what kind of milk? Cause that'll... Oh! Okay. All right, from the National Institutes of Health website again, 1867 English surgeon Joseph Lister? Wait, was it Joseph Lister? Wait, okay, 1867 English surgeon Joseph Lister used antiseptics to control infection during transfusions. Oh wait, never mind. This is a separate thing. Okay, 1873 to 1880, U.S. physicians transfuse. Oh, this is just talking about transfusions, period. Okay, so they used milk from cows, goats, and humans. And then in 1884, they started introducing saline infusions to replace milk as a blood substitute due to the increased frequency of adverse reactions to milk. Because humans were only recently evolved to be able to digest dairy milk. This is, in the span of human history, in the span of Homo sapiens even being a thing, dairy consumption, non-human dairy consumption, is a very recent development. So it makes sense that, so many people are lactose intolerant or lactose adverse, and how people could have adverse reactions to having goat milk or cow milk pumped into your heart. That is so fascinating. Yeah, cows initially. Yeah. That's a rock and roll. Oh, that's a rock and roll name right there. Why did I have to ask? Yeah, here's the thing. I would start with human milk. I'm not gonna lie, but that's just me. I'm not a scientist. I am not a scientist. I am a theater major burnout who does improv. I'm probably not the best person to ask when it comes to scientific matters, but I personally would use human milk first. Got milk, yeah! Whoa, that is bananas. You know what? Honestly, here's the thing. If they want to bring back the got milk ads, they gotta bring up, with as edgy and as cynical as millennials can be, just bring up the blood transfusions about milk. We don't have to inject it into your bodies anymore. You can just drink it. I'm losing it. Oh, that is so fascinating. That is so fascinating. Also, I read recently my AI bot bringing another brief bit of conversation. So apparently the name orange, the color orange, came from the orange tree producing orange fruits, and that is where the color reference comes from. Sort of in the same way that the concept of the color blue is a fairly recent thing. you know, talking about the wine red seas and like the smoky grays of the skies and whatnot. Like the way that the color blue is talked about is recent. The same thing with orange. You know, the way that we talk about like red heads or like red sunsets, like red sky at morning. No, we're not talking about red, we're talking about orange. That's my brief tangent on that. Oh. The doctor with the, is it the doctor in the background with the milk mustache? Like, have you tried putting milk in their blood? Y'all, I'm losing it today. That is so funny. Yeah, they really must have been. Yeah, especially like green red colorblind. They're like, I don't even know what you're trying to add. I don't know what you want from me, man. You just, hey, just okay. So these are the colors of plants that are poisonous. Okay, make sure you do not consume any of these fruits or herbs or vegetables that are these specific colors, or you will die. And they're like, all of them are gray. Brother, I don't. All of these are variations of green and gray. I don't know what to tell ya. That is so fascinating. That is bonkers. Just route for route, that is so bonkers and so fascinating. I'm not gonna lie, I can't stop thinking about the milk thing. That is so interesting. Also, yeah, using it as a replacement for white blood cells absolutely makes sense. Yes, Auburn, yes! Oh, 100%. That's so good. That is so good. Yeah, if the dairy lobby wants to get people back in the good graces, honestly, just bring that up. Isn't that fun? Just sort of like I'm delighted that whenever I start mindlessly scrolling through like Instagram or YouTube, that I've been getting less shit posts and more like, oh, here's a fun fact. That way I can go down a rabbit hole of like, okay, is this a real thing or is it someone just like doing a joke on the internet? But heck yeah, it's the delight. It's the delight and the bane of having information so easily accessible. It's just having to parse through what is, you know, what is real and what is well-intentioned but perhaps incorrect, or poorly intentioned and absolutely intentionally incorrect, and all variations of that as it is. That is so fascinating. That's not even conspiracy, that's just true. That's just good and true. That's just true, that's just a fact. Putting milk in blood. Oh, wait, I'm not oh, sorry, it's been silent. There hasn't been any music playing, so it's just been me howling and cackling like a witch. Well, talking about milk blood for the past couple of minutes. I don't know how long the music has not been playing, so my bad. Wow. Heck yeah. You know what? I think it might be high time to do looping it in. Yo, knowledge is the music in our knowledge really is like not like just like fun, like just being able to go down these rabbit holes is one of those things that like gives me the good brain juice, you know? It gives me the good brain juice. There's probably better ways to tell. Like, here's the thing, I could just say, this makes me happy, this is something I enjoy. But talking about it specifically in the context of like dopamine and good brain juice, that is like specifically what I mean. Let's see. Hell yeah. Ah, you know what? It might be time. Chat, it might be time. It might be, this might be the time. This might be the moment. That brain juice is 30% milk anyways! Ah! Oh, that is so true. It really is. It really is. A real shame for lactose intolerant people, but it is true. It is a true fact. It's time! No, okay, everybody calm down. Nobody panic. Everybody, strap in, strap in.
I caught this one chilling that set my mouth on fire and I had to drink a 2-liter
Pepsi.
Let's see, what should we start with? Chadley! Hello, Chadley! Hello, hello, hello! Thank you for reminding us to stay hydrated. I hope you're having a good Sunday so far. Hope your babysitting, or actually not even babysitting, just your stewarding of the youths has been going well. Chat, what do we think? Should we do one of our prompts from 642 things to tiny things to draw, or sorry, tiny things to write, or 642 tiny things to draw? Which one should we start with today? I'll do that. I've been kind of switching it up day to day as to which one we start with. We do! Wait, frick that. We're gonna do a spinning wheel. Auburn, brilliant, brilliant suggestion. Generator. Yes! Oh, we gotta let the stars decide. We gotta let the stars decide. It's the way it is. It's the way it's gotta be. Also, rolling a constitution check. Aw, frick. Okay. So that tells us everything we need to know. All right. I'm gonna write the whole thing. 642 tiny things to draw. Oh, that's draw. Let's see. All right. Nice, easy peasy. We got the blue. We got the red. And we're gonna spin. Which one are we gonna do first? Which one are we gonna do first? Oh wow! I love it when it's sort of like a little hair. When it's close to being the other thing. That's great. Okay, good. Starting with 642 tiny things to draw. For those of you who it's your first time being here for a morning stream, we've been doing sort of these daily creativity exercises. I by no means am an artist, so this is just forcing me to like use my creative brain in a different way. If you want to join us with these prompts, you are absolutely welcome. I post them in the Discord, and you are welcome to post them in there if you want to join, or you can just do it for yourself, or you can just sit here and help guide me into figuring out how to ideate this. So yeah, just a fun daily creative exercise we've been doing. Let's see. Alrighty. What's the most recent one? We did gum wrapper. Ooh, today's prompt. Today's drawing prompt. It's probably too close. A Bitcoin. A Bitcoin is our prompt today. So I think I know what a Bitcoin looks like, but how are we gonna interpret that? That's the big thing. That's a big thing. I know how to spell, I promise. Alrighty, we got this. We got this. We'll just make this so big. We'll do this. We'll do this. You gotta underhead it, gotta bold it, just so it looks like tiny, tiny coins. Yeah, tiny coins. I can get behind tiny coins. Just little, like a very tiny coin. Just a bit. Just a very tiny coin. Just Here, we'll have a bunch of tiny coins. Coins doing a bit? Oh yes, oh yes. We'll do some variations, which is what we did with our writing prompt yesterday, and I am a fan of that. I am an enjoyer of that. So, okay, let's do this. Let's see if I'll be capable of doing this. All right, so there's a bunch of coins right there. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. How are we gonna manifest it is going to be the fun thing. Let's see. Here, and then we'll do meow, 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 meow. As mentioned before, I am by no means an artist, but hopefully through the practice of consistency, I'll not look, it won't look like chicken scratch. Also, I'm drawing with a mouse, so I'm not exactly giving myself a whole lot of leniency, but that's just how it is. Let's see, we'll do... Wait, I could, okay, could I, okay, I was gonna try to draw a brick wall background, but I think that might be a little too much. Okay, hold on, let's do the os. Oh, wait, yeah. We'll have the mic stand here. That reads as mic stand, right? Let's see. I could do, let's see. What's the most... So, so, you gotta, here's the thing, you gotta have the stand-up that, like, knows how to use their mic, like, they got that Shure SM5B up on their chin, they're holding the mic stand, they know what's up, they know how to work the crowd. Let's see, what's the bit? So, I've been dating. What's a bit? What would a Bitcoin find funny? So I've been thinking about the Roman Empire. Oh my gosh. So. Ooh, okay, these are all good. So. We'll have these as like a, this will be like a highlight of their best bits. Yeah. All of these have to start with so. So. Hell yeah. Oh, this is good. These are good. These are great. So, anyone else here? Anyone else here? So, I was in... So, for those of you who don't know, you who don't know, I was in the news lately. Anyone ever have a complete breakdown and it ends up and it gets international attention? He's a storytelling stand-up with this one. Or they are, because it was a Bitcoin. It took too much energy to process me! So, oh, you gotta have the one where they do a name drop. Yeah, so! me and my bud Elon, we're talking. So we and Elon were talking. Anyone here ever go on a date with fungible currency? Oh, Spot, that's so good. Oh, dang, that is so good. That is so good. Okay, I gotta think of an actual punchline for this. That is so good. So, I love it when, like, especially at like open mics and whatnot, when stand-ups just start. So, I love it. It's a fun sentence patter. It's great. Yeah, that's so good. I like that. That's wholesome. That's really wholesome. Heck yeah. Girl math! Girl math! Girl math. Oh my, that is so good. That is so good. So, oops. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get back in it. There we go. Thank you. All right. So, I went. Yeah, it's always about dating. Ooh, how can we, ooh, there's like another layer we can add to this. You know what? I actually like this the way it is. You know what? Yeah, this is just gonna be... We have to... Yeah, this is one that's out of context, but they feel very strongly about it. Okay, wait. Okay, oh wait. Okay, I think this is kind of evolving into like a Seinfeld-esque poster where it's a bunch of like best of quotes and then it's like a star rating for like their like current like this is like, okay, this has turned into the back cover of a Grammy award-winning comedy album. That's the journey that we just went on. Oh, that is so good. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. This is great. I am thrilled about this. Ooh, that needs to be... Yeah, it needs to be more that. And it needs this. Will it let me copy? Will it let me copy paste? Hell yeah. Amazing. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Ooh, and then this one will do I don't think I can do half. Or maybe I can. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. We're cooking, we're cooking, we're cooking. We're cooking, we're manifesting. That is so funny. Y'all, what a successful prompt today. Wow, usually drawing prompts I overthink, but this was a lot of fun. This is too good. Yo, heck yeah, happy lurking, Spot, happy lurking. Okay, I can stream for another half hour before I have to get ready for work and all of that stuff. So just as a brief time check-in for everybody. Spot really came in clutch. Like, those are some good bits. Those are some good ass bits, I'll tell ya. Oh, wait, that's not it. Can I crop? What can I do to make this work for the way that I want it to? Can I just like crop an individual thing? No, I can't. What if okay, what if I used eraser? What if I used eraser? Yeah? Will it let me? Yeah! Oh, we're winning! Okay, it's a little scuffed, but we're doing it. Oh, hell yeah! Yeah, Spot came in clutch for real, for real. Hell yeah. Ugh, look at, oh, wait. Okay, now I understand. Now I understand what's happening. Okay, so now we gotta just, that is so scuffed. That is so scuffed, but it works. Wait. It's covering everything. Hold up. What if we, I think I might, do I have to bring this forward? Yeah. Oh, wait. Yo, that is very smart. That is very smart. I was not thinking of this correctly. Yeah! Yo, problem solving. It's all about that problem solving. Okay. All right. I think we need a name for this album, right? Let's see. I already made a fungible joke. Because I was gonna do fun gibble. But maybe there's a better joke. Maybe there's a better bit. Maybe there's a better funny bit in there. Perhaps. Perhaps, maybe. Maybe, perhaps. Bitcoin, non-fungible currency. Ethereum. Oh. We'll switch these. We'll switch these bits around. That's not good. Here, this will be the one where they kind of over-explain the joke a little bit. I know how to spell. There we go. There we go, we did it. Maybe this is a little too, like, biopic title-ish. Nah, that's not. Well, I could think of something better. We could think of something better. Here, we want to get a little smaller. Move this bad boy like right here. Move this bad boy like right here. Yeah. Move this bad boy over here. Just really getting it looking good. Just fungible. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. What do we think? What do we think? Did we get the W here? This is, y'all, this was so good. This was so good. Y'all generated so many good ideas for this. Heck yeah. All right, so as mentioned before, I post the finished products in our Discord, and if you want to play along, if you want to join with our and do your own version of these props, absolutely please do. That is a like sort of just like a group little creative exercise thing that we're doing. Wood prompt 10 out of 10. Wood prompt again. Heck yeah. Also, I think I accidentally closed my Discord, as I always do.
You look like the 4th of July.
Wow.
I want a hot dog real bad.
Look like the 4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. Here, we'll do this real quick. I also don't know why I pressed that button like that. Silly goose behavior. Silly goose behavior in case my Discord opens and it's it's sensitive information. Okay, perfect. We're good. We're good. We're great. We're flying. We're vibing. You know what? I have definitely been re-adopting Silly Goose more and more into my day-to-day conversations. It's a great term. It is an all-encompassing, excellent phrase. And I highly recommend if you don't use it in your day-to-day already. Targeted ads! Yo, then you really love Silly Goose. Getting targeted ads. Those like hyper specific sweatshirts that are like, I am a silly goose who is a father who plays volleyball and packs lunches for my kids in Kentucky. Like those. Bee's knees. Bee's knees is excellent. You know what occupies the same space in my mind as the phrase bee's knees? It's not nearly as fun a phrase, but I think that it is similarly cute, is spider paws. Y'all ever look up pictures of spider paws? Look at these. Look at them. Also, heads up for people who don't like spiders. I should have been thoughtful and did a heads up for y'all, but look at those. Look at those little spider paws! The little spider paws! They're adorable! They're cute as a button! I think they're the bee's knees. I'm an enjoyer. Right, look at those toes! Look at those little beans! Look at little toe beans! There's this pit-pat pattering around. Also, Lucas, let's go. Let's freaking go. We got our boy Lucas showing up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alrighty, president of the Discord. And next, since we got drawing done, I hope they talk about spider paws for this next prompt. I do hope. Alright, so 642 tiny things to draw. Done. I think this is like the 5th one that we've done. What a delight. What a delight. What a surprise. Okay, so 642 tiny things to write about. We've got a lot of like Twitter tweet themed prompts. Ooh. Write about a time you broke a bone. Write about a time you broke a bone. That's the writing prompt. Interesting. I've never broke a bone. Yeah, I never broke one, so it'll be okay. So with that in mind, We're gonna have to think of like I'll have to think of a creative way to, excuse me, to interpret that, right? Because I could try to find you know, a prompt that's more accurate, but just for the sake of sticking with the prompt and finding an interpretation of it, right, to get our brain juices going. Someone else that has? Yeah. Let's see. And this is an interesting one because it's a couple in sections that we'll probably cover in the next couple of days. If you want a spoiler, it's right about a time you broke a bone, a heart, the law, a promise. So there's some spicy ones coming up that I'm excited about, but let's talk about right about a time you broke a bone. Alright, a time you broke a bone. Just huge for no reason. Yo, that is wild how sometimes injuries like that are like, they can happen in super simple ways. Like I had a buddy that I went to college, like we were both theater majors together, and they got cast in Rent. It was like the first big role they had ever gotten, and during a rehearsal, heads up for injury talk, during a rehearsal they jumped off of like a 1.5 foot platform and like ruined their ankle, and they couldn't do the show anymore. So like that's one specific one that's coming to mind immediately, where it's like, oy oy oy, like how easy it is, how simultaneously resilient and fragile we are as human beings. It's bonkers to think about. Oh, talking. I interpreted it as walking at first, but now that you make that clarification, I'm thinking of like a Family Guy-esque sight gag where she's just like talking like, oh yeah, I'm having a great day, I think I'm gonna go to, you know, like Vespucci for lunch or something, and then immediately just like on the ground going, ah. Oh gosh, that sucks though. Oh, that sucks. Right about a time you broke a bone. Do I have my fake skeleton in here? No, I don't have my skeleton in here. I do not. Bone. What's that one Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference where the captain, right? I'm trying to remember Andre Bowenger's character is like, bone! I can't remember the context, but I just remember that quote. Oh, that's, yo, I very much feel that. Sometimes my, like, it's an AC/DC thing where, like, my brain works faster than what my hands can type. So isn't that the worst, where it's like, I just need these and this to cooperate. Captain Ray Holt, thank you so much. I've fallen off. I gotta catch up with like the final couple of seasons. I've fallen off because I remember really enjoying watching that show, and a couple of like really cool people from the Chicago comedy community ended up writing on it. I just happened to fall off and not watch it as much anymore because sometimes life happens and you can't keep up with all of the shows you want to keep up with. As is life, as is how it happens. Let's see, right about a time you broke a bone. I'm trying to think like in any universe I may have broken a bone. It might be a little too... It might be like, okay, here's the thing, I could do like a poem format. I could do like a poem format about the time that I cried, like when my grandpa tried to teach me how to pluck a pheasant after a pheasant pheasant hunting, that I cried so hard that I threw up. I could talk about that. Thought you broke a bone. Wait, that's also a good one. That's a really good one. Yes! Heller eyes! Perfect timing with that. That is so funny. That is so funny. Let's see, a time I thought I broke a bone? I used to like hyperextend my knee a lot when I played volleyball in like junior high school. I did that way too often. I did that way too often. Trying to think, anytime I've fallen out of the apple trees that I grew up with. Cause I was not, here's the thing, I idolized Jackass, like that was one of my favorite shows growing up. If that provides any insight to my lore, to my backstory for any of you. Let's see, there were a lot of times just like jumping out of trees. I was never brave enough to like jump off a building or anything, thankfully. Let's see. I got trapped under a pontoon boat on a frozen lake once, but that's not really a broken bone thing. I'm trying to think of something that would be interesting in regards to the world of pros. Broke a bone. What did I think I broke a bone? I think like writing, it's really interesting. Writing like personal things for whatever reason like causes me to like take more pause and more overthinking with the prompt than perhaps is warranted. Let's see. Ooh, okay, all right. I have a. We'll try this take. Trying to think. What's a fun way to lay this out? What's a fun way to do this? We're gonna go villain monologue. How interesting. How interesting. Do I strike you as someone who is frail? What's the angle? What's the angle we can take here? How cute. How cute. How adorable. Villain. We're going villain. We're going villain angle with this. Adorable. Chuckles. I find it quite amusing that you, in your own insular small perspective of the world, would try to project your own weakness upon me. Ha. Ha. Not ha ha, just ha. Adorable. I find it quite amusing that you, in your own insular, small perspective of the world, would try to project your own weaknesses upon me. Huh. Well, I cannot blame you. I cannot blame you. For you are weak. And the weak are incapable of perceiving anything outside of their own desperate pitiful. I know how to spell. Ooh, that's also a good take too. That's a good take too. Ooh, yeah, we'll work that in here. I'm trying to think of like the cheesiest, like cheesiest, and I have to be more succinct sort of way. This is a rough draft, but we'll see where this goes. For you're weak. The weak are incapable of perceiving anything. I'm using the word perceive and perspective a lot, but we'll keep it for now. Anything outside of their own desperate, pitiful, and ultimately futile attempt. I know how to spell. To circumvent. To survive in a world that is actively, oh, this is gonna get nasty, and rightfully trying to exterminate them. I pity you. I pity you. The world was not built. Can I not? Okay, I have to make this larger so I can actually. All right, we're gonna have to work on this because it's a little overly wordy and it's getting a little. It's so cheesy, but we're doing it. It's so cheesy, but we have to do it. For the likes of you. The world was not built for the likes of you. Survival of the fittest has... Okay, this is hella ableist. We're being a villain, okay? We're being a villain right now. We're writing a nasty man. These are not things I actually believe. Survival of the fittest has... always been and always will be the rule of the land. Do I look weak to you? Do I look weak to you? Just because I may appear human to your do I know how to spell it? Here's the problem. I forget how to spell when I feel like I'm being looked at. I want to know how to spell it though, please. How do I spell undiscerning? Hold up. Oh, I spelled it right. It's the program that's wrong. It's the kids that are wrong. I'm not out of touch. Just because I may appear human to your undiscerning eyes does not mean that I share your same shortcomings. I have never known illness. I have never known pain. My oh yeah, I was spelling it right. Physical form. My physical form so cheesy. It's so cheesy. You know what? No, this is a no judgment zone. We have to throw down the slop. We have to throw down the slop to get to the diamond that's underneath. We have to throw down the slop so that we can sift through it. Also, I gotta end stream soon because I gotta go to work. Okay. Do I look weak too? Just because I may appear human to your undiscerning eyes does not mean that I share your same shortcomings. I've never known illness. I've never known pain. My physical form cannot be destroyed by any material means. What? Do you desire to eliminate me? To kill me? I cannot be killed. I cannot be killed. Any attempt. This has changed. Okay, this is like a robot talking now. Any attempts to maim me will as your entire existence prove to be. Okay, this is me stealing a Tumblr thing. I've never been on Tumblr, but I know this is a Tumblr quote. I cannot be killed in a way that matters. You can have the brief respite of thinking you have somehow bested me, but unlike you, I am eternal. This. Ooh, now I'm thinking of Fire Punch. Wait, now I'm thinking of Fire Punch, which is a bonkers manga if y'all haven't read it already. I'm eternal. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. It's okay. We kind of stumbled into what it could be about, though. It's a little wordy, but what we gonna do? Adorable. I find it quite amusing that you, in your own insular, small perspective of the world, would try to project your own weakness upon me. Well, I cannot blame you, for you are weak. And the weak are incapable of perceiving anything outside of their own desperate, pitiful, and ultimately futile attempt to survive in a world that is actively and rightfully trying to exterminate them. I pity you. The world was not built for the likes of you. Survival of the fittest has always been and always will be the rule of the land. Do I look weak to you? Just because I may appear human to your undiscerning eyes does not mean that I share your same shortcomings. I have never known illness. I have never known pain. My physical form cannot be destroyed by any material— Ooh, you know what? Form can be destroyed. Can be destroyed. Can be destroyed, but the core of my being cannot be eliminated in a way that matters. Oh yeah. My core being? We'll use killed, because I don't know what other word. Unalived! Okay, shoot, okay. We can, you know what? Since this is, it would be fun to be able to break this down and edit it further. Yeah, okay. Dang, I wish we had more time. Okay, that's okay. You know what? This is a fun, like, slap down first draft of a concept. This is kind of turned into, I don't know, eternal, like a robot or something that's like super weird about like being superior to corporate like carbon-based life forms or whatever it is. But with that said, y'all, thank you so much for sharing this Sunday morning with me. I had a lot of fun. I really wish we could keep going, but I do gotta dip and go to work. But y'all are great. Thank you so much for sharing the effervescent vibes this morning. I really, really do appreciate it. Y'all are great. We'll be live later to continue our Hades journey. The heck? And it's gonna be great. I gotta end like right now. Y'all are amazing. Drink water, eat food, appreciate yourselves, appreciate each other, and take your meds, pet your pets, all of that good stuff. Y'all are awesome. Salutes. I gotta go.